This is already an awesome interview. I'm here with London Montgomery of Scranton Prep, a Penn State prospect in the class of 2023, and I'm fairly certain he has better equipment than some of my coworkers. Got his own mic here on the BWI Daily Edition. I'm your host, Thomas Frank Carr. London joining us to talk about his recruitment, what's coming up for him this summer, maybe next fall, all kinds of stuff. London, welcome to the show. Thanks for being on with us.
Thank you for having me.
So you are coming to us after track practice tonight, is that correct?
Actually, I went to track practice. I went to lifting right after, and then I went to go get some footwork in and throw with some friends I have down at FAU.
Oh, so no big deal. You know, not a busy night at all. So how is track season going so far?
It's going good. I haven't ran in a while because a week ago I was at the Ray Lewis camp, and then my body was just aching and everything. I didn't go to these big exhibition meets. I didn't go to.
You
But
were at Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was going to say you were at the Elite Underclassmen Combine this past weekend as well, right? You took home the MVP from what I saw online.
Yeah, so I was at that in New Jersey. There was 18 running backs there. There was about like 20, 25 linebackers there and everything, and it was fun. I got to meet with some NFL guys that were there, and then previous week I was at the Ray Lewis Under Armour All American camp. That was fun. I got a ton of free gear. I stayed there for 2 days, and it was a really good experience.
What did you take away from those, other than the swag? What did you take away from those interactions with NFL players and at those camps? What did you kind of pick up on?
Um, the Ray Lewis camp, he taught us about more about life than football, just throwing us out there and competing and stuff. The first day we learned about financial literacy, mental health, taking care of your body, about what you put in your body, how you take care of it, who you surround yourself with, and other people and stuff. So I took some life skills away from the Ray Lewis camp. Ray Lewis, I mean, he's a good guy to be around. I mean, it was a great experience being around him. And in the most recent camp I was at, I mean, some of the same dudes were at the camp I was just at Ray Lewis. And they're just fired up dudes who want to teach us about what we can do and improve our skills in football.
When it comes to the competition at the camp, do you find yourself measuring yourself against other players there? Are you self-possessed and like you don't care, you're just there to compete? Or what is that like for you when you go to those and you're around other really good athletes?
I mean, well, being that it's an Under Armour All-American camp, it's people from around the world who are 4 or 5, 3 stars or no stars, even. So it's really good to get some new competition, surround myself with different people around the world, just compete, It's always a challenge for me because those are some good dudes who also got invited. They got invited for a reason because they're good. And I think I did pretty well at these camps.
So I know you mentioned to Ryan Snyder, my coworker here at Blue White Illustrated, a couple months ago maybe, you were talking about track and what you wanted to get out of track for the spring of, improving your speed and helping continue to shape your body to what you want it to be going forward. So how has that gone this spring?
I mean, the speed is definitely there. I'm shaping my body still, trying to get myself to a couple more pounds. But speed, I mean, I ran a 10.8. That's definitely what I wanted in the season. I'm going to set my goal to a 10.5, hopefully. I mean, I'll just keep lifting to get my body build I want. I mean, if I don't get it when I go to college, I'll get that. So it's been really going good, and I've been achieving my goals.
Yeah, we have you at 190 currently. Is that about where you are?
Yeah, 184. Right.
Gotcha. When you are, I guess I was going to ask you about the times you wanted to brag about. I always want to make sure. Is there anything else you want to brag at? You got the 10.8. Did you like a relay or anything else you've been doing in track that you want to brag about?
That's like the only achievement I've had. But I mean, future bragging goals. I'll be sure to hopefully bring home the state medal and gold.
Yeah, and if you want to come on and brag about it, then the door is always open for you. I want to take you back to the end of last season. You got banged up in the final game of the season. How you doing? Sounds like you're doing well health-wise. And how long did it take you to get back in the swing of things after that?
That state final game. I mean that first game. I got hurt, but I felt bad, but it's football. It happens. So I took it with a grain of salt. I worked harder. It stayed in my mind. It stays in my mind now. Whenever I lift and whenever I do workouts and stuff, I think about it. But it surprisingly didn't take that long to heal because it was end of the clavicle break. So it took about like 6 weeks to heal, and then I was doing physical therapy. I was strengthening it. This bone built on top of the bone that grew in. So it's stronger than ever. It shouldn't be a problem going into the future, and just stronger now.
Talking with London Montgomery, he is the 274th player in the nation, part of the On 300, a four-star running back who is a Penn State prospect, and I'm the film guy over here at Blue White Illustrated, and I gotta say, London, I'm a little annoyed because normally I can find full games to watch so I can kind of get a sense of you on the football field. There are very few games out there, in anywhere, and I am a detective when it comes to finding full high school games to watch. I want you to tell me then, how would you describe yourself as a running back?
I'm very speedy. Being that I run a Nittany and track, I make very hard cuts to make in the hole that nobody else can. I break off of arm tackles very easily. Change of direction is crazy. I uh, my balance is, I say, one of my best features as a back. Um, I mean, I use my offhand a lot. I just instincts is what's good for me, and I'm very informational about what my linemen are doing, the quarterback, the wide receiver. So I'm very knowledgeable about what I'm doing. Yeah.
Of those skills, what do you think sets you apart? What's the thing that you believe in the most when you're either in a situation like this, or if you're on the football field? I know you're probably thinking about just making the play, but what do you think sets you apart in that area?
What sets me apart is my patience and my vision, because a lot of back ditches want to go, 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 and don't look where they're going. They might put their head down or just be looking somewhere else. But I'm very patient in the backfield, and my vision is very good for a back. If I have to cut back, I'll see that in an instant. I'll just let the rest do it for me. My instinct is I just let my body do whatever it wants to do when I make these certain plays, and I think that's what sets me apart from other running backs.
Yeah, and following blocks is one of the things I did pick up on watching. You do a great job of setting up blocks and then following them. And I have to say, like, your linemen, by the way, I want to give a shout out to your offensive linemen.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes, well, I was watching some of this earlier today, and it literally looks like I'm following the X's and O's because you're going through. If there's a pole and there's an alley, there's an alley. It's right there.
Yeah.
There's two jerseys, and you take advantage of that stuff. So kudos to you for the patience to let it happen, and then for them to actually go out and get those blocks. I want to ask you too about, you mentioned contact balance, because that's the other thing I saw that I think is very impressive. And it's a bit, I wouldn't say it's rare, but the way you do it is rare, because there are guys that are big and strong, and maybe that are bigger and stronger than you, that don't break as many tackles. So what is the skill you think you have, or what is the thing that makes it somebody hard to tackle outside of just brute force?
Um, what makes it hard for people to tackle me and me bouncing off blocks and everything is I just, like, when I'm going through holes, I lower my shoulders and I keep the speed, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I just whenever people try to arm tackle me, I use my offhand a lot, which people don't see. I like when I'm getting tackled, I might put an arm out and get myself away from them. But it's just really speed, and people like try to arm tackle me, and I just run through the tackles and bounce off of them, and just something I'm good at.
Yeah, very much so. I was getting I was getting the same vibe that I had watching Nick Singleton last year of, like, oh, here's another 60-yard touchdown. Let me wait until this one's over, because when you break in the open field, it's like, all right, there it is. So how much are you involved in the passing game? That's something I'm interested in. Your thoughts on that.
Well, I don't mean to sound cocky here, but I don't. We don't like. There has been no need to pass the ball really.
Gotcha.
But like, when we do pass the ball, I'm a good pass protector. I trust my linemen. I know what they're doing 100% of the time. My wide receivers are they know what they're doing. Robert Rossi, he's committed to Penn State. He's an outstanding wide receiver. So in the passing game, I we do screens. We do some stuff in the slot. I get motioned out in the slot to create some space for me and to get me out in the open. But yeah, I mean when we do passing plays, we make the most of it.
So you have been to Penn State a couple of times this spring. I know they offered you, I think, in March. What have they talked to you about in these conversations? And I guess specifically, how have they talked to you about how you fit into the Penn State offense and into the running back room?
Um, the way they've talked to me about being at Penn State is just I mean, some people have been worried about if I'm gonna get playing time or I mean how they're gonna use me, maybe like Keandre Smith or like Saquon or Journey Brown. They've Penn State coach Sider have told me that I mean they're gonna use me like a regular back until like I get there and I show them what I can do. Maybe because I do. Most people don't see it, but I can catch very well. So he said maybe you can motion me from the slot into the backfield or the backfield into the slot, get me into space, or just do some certain things with me. And you know, as in playing time and everything, they're three system back and everything. So I shouldn't have to worry about that, and I'll work my tail off to get that. But I mean, they've been just talking to me, I mean, about best in PA, stay in PA. I think that's their best slogan and everything. But, you know, my hometown loves Penn State, so that makes sense. And they're saying, I mean, why go anywhere else where I have everything I want 2 hours away from me? So, that's what they've been preaching to me.
How has the relationship been developing since the offer, and what's your feel? With I know that the whole staff kind of gets involved talking to recruits.
I mean, the relationship has it's been picking up a lot. Really, I've been getting closer and closer to Coach Sider, Coach Shotwine, Coach Franklin, all those dudes. I mean, since they offered, I mean, there's been before they offered. I mean, I haven't really got a relationship like I do now with them. But now it seems as if like our relationship is locked. Uh, Me and Coach Sider. I mean, I call him up, talk. We don't even talk about recruiting. We'll talk about Celtics or the Bucks, and we'll talk about basketball, other things and stuff. I ask him how his day was, how his family is, and everything. He'll ask me how my family is. He'll ask me if I'm feeling okay and everything. So that relationship is definitely gotten up there.
Or what's your NBA team? I got to know now.
I like to go and say Warriors.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're fun. I don't blame you.
yeah,
Gotta stay up late to watch some of those games, though. Damn.
yeah. I know. Like 9:30 they start.
Yeah. What is your I guess your timeline for the summer? What are you thinking about heading out of track season into the summer? I know official visits are lining up here and there for places. Do you have an official visit set up to Penn State? And do you have other ones that you've set up or you're thinking about?
I have in the summer I'll have an official visit set up for Penn State June 17th to June 19th. And as of now, I have no other official visit set up, but Pitt wants me to come out there June 2nd, and then there's been other schools like Virginia Tech wants me to come out there. I mean, there's other schools and everything that want me to come out there for an official visit, but as of committing and everything, I don't know when I'm going to. I would like to before the football season starts, so I'm not stressed out during the season. But if I don't, that's okay. I mean, I have support to help me with that.
What is the we obviously this is a Penn State channel. We cover Penn State football, but what are the other schools that are in contention with the Nittany Lions in your mind, and who are the you don't have to rank them, but like what are the other schools that you feel close to or that have been communicating with you a lot?
Um, Schools that have been communicating with me a lot is Rutgers, Boston College, Virginia Tech, Pitt, um, yeah, like Louisville, Iowa, Utah hasn't really been. I haven't heard from them in a while, but there's just been other schools. There's others too, like Buffalo. This is there's other schools that have been having a close relationship with me, but the best have been Boston College and Rutgers and Penn State, Virginia Tech, and Pitt's coming up, building a relationship with me too. Uh,
Of those, what stands out to you about what you're looking for in a school? So I guess first off, what are you looking for in your next destination, and do any of those places check the list as well?
um, as a Penn State, they make me feel at home. That's one of that's one of my boxes that has to get checked off. The people that are there. I went to the spring game. I seen them. I seen them coach, Coach Sider, Coach Franklin. I seen them coach. They're the same people who they say they are on the field, and that's one of the things I'm looking at. If they're telling me there's somebody or not, I'm not gonna go out there and they're, mean to me and stuff. So they definitely been telling me the truth with that. Me and the staff, they're outstanding guys. The players, they all look to compete and have fun, and that's one thing about Penn State. They look to have fun, but when it's time to be serious, they are serious, and that's one of the things I looked at and I noticed down there. I'm just looking for a family to call home and everything. So, and one of the other things is that and positions and stuff, and the wide receivers and running backs and online and stuff. I don't want any like hate and stuff. Like if you get the starting spot, you get the starting spot. Good for you. I'm gonna celebrate with you and everything. So that's just one of the. I want non-selfish teammates and everything. I want a good place I can succeed at. A good place that can help me go to the NFL. I want to build relationships as good as I can. So in 10 or 15 years, I can invite my coach to my wedding or something like that. So, those are Boston College checks those boxes, Rutgers, Virginia Tech, Pitt. And there's other schools, don't get me wrong, but like those are schools I can think of at the top of my head. But yeah, those are some of the boxes that have to be checked for me. So trust and honesty. Every school has got it.
Is that, and I want to ask you about that too, because that's been I think a theme with Penn State recruits that I've talked to is that comes up quite a bit of the guys who they are, who they say they are, trust, family atmosphere. Is it hard to discern that at other places? Because it seems evident at Penn State. Is that something that is hard for or easy to see when you go places? Is that something? I know it's something that you're looking for. How hard or easy is it to see that and figure it out at places?
Well, when I go on a visit at places, it's kind of easy for me. But when I'm talking on the phone with something, they kind of can BS their way out of talking to me and everything, giving me a nice guy conversation. And when I get there, they're like being mean to me and everything. So, when I go and visit, I can see how they act towards their players, their own staff. I mean, I mean, you know, I've been to one place and then their players do not get along and their coaches do not get along. So I'm not gonna shut out any names, but I don't look for a place like that when I go to college.
Gotcha. Well, I want part of the point here is not just to get to know the X's and O's, and not just to get to know the details. Also get to know you a little bit, because
Yeah.
where you're going. Penn State fans, if you commit to Penn State, they're going to be rooting for you. Maybe know a little bit more about you. So let's get to know London a little bit. First off, we know you're a Warriors fan. Who's your NFL team?
The Giants.
The Giants. You are in an interesting area in Scranton. There's a lot of ways to go. So why the Giants? Is it the Eli Manning thing, or is it Saquon Barkley?
It's mainly Saquon Barkley, but I've been a Giants fan before that. They have some outstanding guys. I just like them because my grandma liked them. She used to like them.
Yeah.
She's from New York. My whole family, like some of my dad's family is from New York. That just feels like a home, a family thing for me.
Gotcha. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have four.
Four. Okay. So where are you in the order here?
In the middle.
In the middle. Uh,
Yeah.
boys, girls, all boys, all girls.
I
What's
have
the split?
I have two older brothers and two little sisters. So one is my little sister, my youngest sister. Her name is Corey. She's 8. Um, my my oldest little sister, she just turned 14. Um, my mom, brother who lives with me, he's 22. He lives with me, and my oldest brother, he's 26, and he lives in Virginia. Or no, he lives in Maryland.
So I got to ask this as somebody who also grew up in a big family. And I don't know if I'm going to be outing you here. Who's the favorite child? Because siblings talk, and everyone everyone thinks there's a favorite child. So are you the favorite child? Who's the favorite child in the family?
Well, I don't live with my sisters, so that cancels them out. So I mean, from my mom's side, I think my oldest little sister is the favorite, but on my dad's side, I'm definitely the favorite. Not because I'm good at football, just because I'm a good kid. I'm me. Who can't like me.
I got to. Well, you got such a winning smile. You're immediately likable. So do you have any pets?
No, I don't have any pets.
Favorite movie?
Oh wait, I used to have one. Her name was Mika, but she passed about 2 years ago.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Transformers.
Transformers. Interesting.
Yeah.
The original Transformers, Dark Side of the Night of the Moon, or one of the ones in the middle? Is there a specific one, or just all of them?
Age of Extinction. Extinction. That's
Okay.
my favorite one.
So the robot dinosaurs did it for you. I got you.
Yeah.
Video games? I think we talked about this off camera, right? You play video games because you got the mic.
Yeah, because I like Call of Duty. I mentioned Fortnite and Apex Legends.
Do you have any hobbies?
Any
hobbies?
Besides sports, do I have any hobbies? Okay, I have one. I'll go to the arcade down. There's like a bowling alley, and they have like a food, like a grill and everything. I'll go down there and play some arcade games, or I have like a pretty big backyard, so we'll go and play some wiffle ball. We'll have like a little game and stuff. So I like to do that with my friends sometimes.
Nice. So last thing is, if you were to go to Penn State, or really wherever you go, what degree do you want to pursue? Do you have an idea of that yet?
I mean, no, not really, but I'm good with computers and I like to draw on my iPad and stuff. So we'll see what that takes me.
All right. Well, that's London Montgomery, 4-star running back. Also an awesome dude. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be getting to know more Penn State prospects, more players in the class of 2023. So make sure you subscribe to Blue White Illustrated here on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss any interviews with guys like London or Penn State commits when we get to talk to them or anybody else that's interesting. We'll have more of that here on the BWI Daily Edition. I'm your host, Frank Carr. We'll talk to you tomorrow.